Hello dear students, welcome back to a new video. In this video I'm going to explain for you absolute value functions, with how to graph and how to find domain and range. Let's start with graphing. In order to graph f of x, which is equal to absolute value of x. Let's start with the easy one. Best way to do that, or we can write y equals f of x. Y and f of x is same thing. Best way is what? Is drawing a table. Drawing a table is the best way to graph. We have x and y. Okay. Now, in order to find out or making the tables, to complete the table, let's say, we are going to input in a place of x, input any number that you like. We don't have problem. For example, I'm going to input -2, -1, 0, 1 and 2. These 5 numbers, which very simple and small numbers. Try to pick easy numbers. You can pick any other numbers that you want, but I picked these 5 numbers. So you will go one by one. You will say y equals -2 inside absolute value. The answer equals how much? Equals 2. So the answer of y is 2. You will substitute -1 equals 1. 0 equals 0. 1 equals 1. And absolute value of 2 equals 2. Okay? Then you need to graph these points on the coordinate. First one x, then y. -2, this is negative x. Positive x and positive y, this is down is negative y. So students, we have -2, 2. 2 units to the left, 2 units up. This is the point. -1, 1. 1 unit left, 1 unit up. And 0, 0. 1 right, 1 up. 2 right, 2 up. If you pick more points, 3, -3, you get same points. So you need to join these points together. You get letter V. You can extend this more and even here more, because if you input -3 here, you get 3, right? If you input -4, you get 4, and so on this side. So the graph of y equal absolute value of x going to be letter V. Tamam? This question say graph the following equations. First one I have x plus 1, y equal x plus 1. So let's make a table for this one. We have x and y. So you are going to substitute in a place of x, or input -2, -1. Let's extend the line. 0, 1, and also 2. Tamam? Substitute them in a place of x and find out the value of y. -2 plus -2 here, plus 1 equal -1, right? Inside absolute value, the answer equals 1. -1 plus 1, the answer going to be 0. When you substitute 1, 0 plus 1 equals 1. If you substitute 1 here in a place of x, 1 plus 1, the answer is 2. And if you substitute 2 equals 3, right? No matter what you input, you always get a positive value for y. Tamam. Let's plug these points on the coordinate. -2 on the x-axis and 1 on the y-axis. So -2, 1, -1, 0, right? 0, 1. This is 0, 1. What do we have else? We have 1 and 2. And 2 and 3. 2 and 3. If I input -3, let's how much we get. If you add more points, let's add -3 and -4 also. Let's see what we get. If you input -3 here, how much we get? -3 plus 2 equal -2. The answer going to be 2, right? How about -4 plus 1? -4 plus 1. Let's write down. -4 plus 1 equals negative 3. Inside absolute value, when you simplify, equals 3. So negative 3, as you can see, negative 3, 2. This is negative 3 and 2, this point. And the other one going to be negative 4 and 3. So when you join them, the graph going to be something like that. Understood? One more example. If you have absolute value, y equals absolute value x plus 2, again draw a table. Any point that you want, you can plug for, input for x, we don't have problem. So negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, now if you input negative 2 here, negative 2 is absolute value going to be 2, plus 2, the answer is 4. Negative 1 here, going to be 1, right? Plus 2, 3. Then substitute 0 equal 2, substitute 1, 1 plus 2 equal 3, then substitute 2 here, the answer going to be 4. Tamam. Now plot these points on the coordinate, negative 2 and 4, negative 1 and 3, right? 0, 2, this is 0, 2. 1 and 3, 1 right, 3 up. 2, 4, 2 right, 4 up, and so on. Join these points to get the answer. So as you can see, again we found letter V. Okay students, now transformation. We understood that the graph going to be letter V. Then how we can transform this one? You don't need to always make a table in order to graph. Directly, sometimes you can find the answer, just transforming the letter V, since we know the graph is always letter V. As you can see, first transforming horizontally. When you transform horizontally, the number must be inside absolute value with x. A is any number, inside absolute value with x. If it's plus, we go left. Opposite direction. If it's minus, we go right. Tamam? How about vertically, students? When it's vertically, the A is going to be outside. As you can see, A is outside absolute value or the number. If it's positive, we go up. How about negative? We go down. And the graph also letter V. In one case, we will reflect this letter V. We will reflect, okay? In case if you saw negative in front of absolute value, no matter if the number inside or outside, when you see the negative in front of absolute value, the graph going to be like that. You will reflect. Let's take some examples. Students, check these graphs here. As you can see, first one, we have x plus 4 inside absolute value. Let's check the note one more time. I told you, when it's inside, positive go left, negative go right, and going to be letter V. How about outside? When the number outside, positive go up, negative go down. And when you see negative, you will reflect the letter V of the graph. Okay. So first one is x plus 4. As you can see, it's positive and inside. So we must go to the left side 4 units. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is going to be the head of our graph. So this is going to be the graph. Alright. X minus 2 again is inside, but it's minus. So we must go to the right side, opposite direction. 1, 2. So this is the head of our vertex, and this is going to be the graph. This time is again the number is inside, but there's a negative in front of. So since it's plus 1, it means we need to go to the left 1 unit. And since negative, so the graph going to be upside down because it's negative in front of. D. You have absolute value of x plus 3. The 3 is outside. When it's outside, let's check one more time. The number is outside, we go to the same direction. Positive you go up, negative you go down. So the graph going to be, when it's plus 3, so we must go up 3 units. 1, 2, 3. Is there negative in front of? No. So the graph will be here. absolute value of x minus 2. So again the number's outside but is negative, so we must go down. 1, 2. So this is the point. Is there any negative in front of absolute value? No, so our graph going to be like this. And finally we have y equals negative absolute value of x plus 4. So students, in this case, since the number outside, so we must go to the same direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But it's negative in front of, so the graph going to be like this. Okay. Domain and range, students. Domain is what? Is a set of all possible values of x, or that we can input, and range going to be all possible values of y, that's output, or the values of the output values, the set of all outputs. Students, the previous example that I got for you, let's find out domain and range